Most people think that the way you develop your identity or change your identity, who you are inside, is by changing your behavior on the outside. But it doesn't work that way, does it? It works the opposite of that. See, a lot of people, and I wrote this down here, let me read this to you. A lot of people they think that going to church is about changing their behavior. You know, most people think that. We go to church because the pastor, the preacher tells us you need to quit smoking, drinking, chewing, and cussing, and his job is to tell us how to live and how to think and how to talk, how to be nice people, how to be good people. So a lot of people think that going to church is about changing their behavior, but it's actually about regaining what was lost. It's actually about regaining what was lost. See, when you think about Adam back in the garden, when he disobeyed God, see, Adam was he was the first victim of identity theft. He gave up his identity, didn't he? Totally gave up his identity. He chose to believe a lie instead of what God said about him. And there's so many Christians today that are doing that right now. Instead of going to the Bible and finding out, what does God say about me? Who does God say I am in Christ? They go read other books that are not scriptural, go listen to other stuff that's not of God, that tells them the opposite of that. They listen to the news and other people that say, you should be afraid. You remember, you got to get your flu shot. It's coming wintertime. You got to pump all this medicine in you. Or man, you could get really bad sick over the wintertime. And with what's going on in the world today, you should be afraid of what's happening in these other countries. And we may go to war. They may go to war against us. See, all of that is information to draw you away from learning your true identity. The devil's trying to develop another identity in people, especially in Christians. Because he knows if we don't learn our identity, then we won't function and operate as who we are in Christ. And if we don't function and operate like who we are in Christ, then we won't walk in all the victory and all the blessings that Jesus accomplished for us. We won't fulfill what God's called us to do on this earth. We won't be the mighty spiritual army that's establishing God's kingdom in the land. But we'll be hiding over the corner with the rest of the world, afraid of everything that might happen that hasn't even happened yet. So when the devil came to Jesus, remember he said, if you're the Son of God, that first temptation, he said, if you're the Son of God, turn that stone into bread. Now think about